Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to EA Tetragrammaton, where we are playing This is turn 74. Let's jump into it. Alright, so we have a whole bunch going on here, and some real sketch, as we can see. Not a very good astral corruption turn for us. Last turn was I think last turn was pretty good. This turn is pretty bad. So, let's watch all of our things die, shall we? We got a battle with Nizar II as he creates a ring of sorcery. He is challenged by a Defiler of Dreams, and these things are pretty interesting. Decent-ish hit points, very good defense skill, very good magic resistance, crap in the way of protection. They have 10 fear, though. They are ethereal, they are invisible, and they have damage reversal 13. They're also teleport blinkers. But they've got that nasty combination of, I say combination, but they've got life drain, so they can overheal, basically. And then they've got the astral claw, which horror marks, so, and is armor negating. So, very killy, very scary, but we've got a pretty large contingent of forces here. And Nizar II is kind of a beast. Keep in mind, we are in our capital, so this is a crazy amount of health. We'll see how it goes. So, Nizar II is gonna... Ooh! The Defiler immediately pops into all of the free spawn, right? And Nizar II comes in, casts Iron Skin. He is now up to 30 protection. Start to take some hits. Ooh! Our Mushushu took a bunch of damage, but keep in mind, our Mushushu is sitting at 122 maximum health right now. Oh, fuck. So he took a bunch of hits, but he's okay for now. Our Kusurikus are getting damage reversed, which is real bad. We've got Body Ethereal up, and this is hilarious. Right as the Defiler... Note to self, right? The Defiler is sitting at 39 HP. Its max HP is 30. This thing absolutely could have killed us. But this motherfucker at 20 magic resist gets petrified. Like, it blinks, gets petrified, and then bam. Now it is right next to Nizar II, and it just gets ripped to shreds by everyone else. So that thing absolutely could have killed us, but it was the one who has died. Whereas Enchantress 1 getting attacked by a Gortide, well, fuck, we know how that normally goes. So Gortides, she does have a large contingent. Unfortunately, Gortides are very, very strong. Very good stats, regeneration, massive regeneration, resistances to everything, huge fear. Gortides are cray. So, even in the best case scenarios, it is unlikely that anything is going to work out here. Because even though the Gortide doesn't necessarily, like, it's not killing anything, right? But people are getting slimed, and they're getting plagued, and they just can't kill it. And eventually, it fear routes them. And while it might not be able to kill my troops, it absolutely can kill Enchantress 1. So, boom. Alright, and there goes Enchantress 1. She has produced many a Lightless Lantern for us. She has done a great job. Thank you very much, Enchantress 1. You will be missed. Gala 24 is immediately attacked by a Spine Membrane Horror. She also has a nice little contingent. Spine Membrane Horrors are the Mind Blast ones. One of the less dangerous ones compared to what we are normally up against. And this, my group of bodyguards can actually take care of. Ooh, don't forget, though, those motherfuckers have that nasty stinger Very surprisingly, I think we are able to bridge in through it, but only because it's a Mashushu and only because they have such high HP. And we got our Bless off, so very nice. We don't lose anything to the Spine Membrane Horror. Isham 6 has cast Transformation. We'll check it out here in a second. Bone 6 has cast Dark Knowledge, found nothing, and then was immediately attacked, and Bone 6 does not have any protection. We're kind of just throwing our little Bone Boys out there, trying to get additional Bone Sights, but not really protecting them, so... Oh, hold up. I think I need to turn this down slightly. Sorry, I might have been a little bit loud at the beginning of this. So Bone Boy comes in, and he does some Temper Flesh, Flying Shards. Not gonna work out for Bone Boy. Ooh, I say that, he kills one of them. He smacks one of them in the fucking face. I don't know. Nope, he gets routed. So he had a chance there. He had a chance. It might have been a low chance, but he had a chance. But Bone Boy dies. We get some Kusarikus. We capture some more Blood Slaves in Ctesiphon. We almost have enough Blood Slaves to empower NC5 yet again. And then we get some more attacks. And this is kind of random attacks. So I don't know what triggered this. Maybe just random taint. But Gala 20 gets attacked by 5 Brass Horrors. I don't think she was... yeah, she's just got Lightless Lantern taint on. So she's whacked. And then this scout gets attacked by horrors. And I don't really know what's up with that. He got tainted somehow. He got horror marked somehow. I'm not sure how. But he's super dead. He's gonna get mind blasted down. So. Good job, Scout 27. Alright, we have a series of battles. Battle in Tyrannea. Alright, so this is us jumping onto the little province that is Femoria. The province that, like, started it all, right? This is the province where we bumped Femoria back on, like, turn 4 or 5 or something like that, and then we lost our god, and then we had this whole weird diplomatic situation with Femoria, and then that put us in a weird diplomatic situation with Pan, and then we attacked Agartha because Agartha was like, well, I'm just dying, just kill me. So this province shaped the entire game for us. And now we come in with some Pegasus Riders, and really it's just bodies blocking for our Mound Fiend to spam out some horde of skeletons. They start shooting. The slingers start shooting, and actually, yeah, our Lich, our Mound Fiend takes 16 damage. He gets popped. Gets a chest wound. Like, he takes, I think that was probably a headshot. Like, that was pretty intense. Lots of damage on that. But fortunately, we do okay from the rest of the scenarios. We got our undead charging forward. I probably should have blessed with him before I did anything else, because I forget that the Mound Fiends are priests, you know? So I should have blessed with him and then started summoning hordes of skeletons. Or hordes of skeletons and the occasional arrow do their job. They take out... Ooh. Pegasus Riders, they're like, we want experience! Let's go! So, we win in the Battle of Tyrannea. We take no losses. I don't really know what was up with this. I guess maybe these guys were blood hunting. Maybe he was using these commanders to, like, try to blood hunt and get himself up into... bootstrap up into blood. I do that all the time with, like, scouts and stuff like that. I've tried multiple times in this game to do that. We have a battle in Carrion, and this is our big army, but it is up against not much, so I don't think we trigger gem usage. Yeah. We just get some lightning bolts instead of our thunder strike spam, get some mind blasts, some easy peasy stuff. No big deal. We lose one Yeti, probably to friendly fire. Although it says this Minotaur Lord killed someone, so maybe this Minotaur Lord did it. We are attacked in Troa. We've got a little force of spectral mages that came out of that pond, but they ran into an army, so I don't think this is gonna work out for them. Yeah, we have magic weapons, so it's real easy for us to just stomp them. All those mages are dead. We attack in Sodorth. Ah, yes. Okay, so this is our Ishib 23. Kitted as such against a small amount of PD, but we have grown to respect the small amount of PD, especially the Minotaur commanders. So let's see if this Minotaur has any gear. He does not. I think we're probably safe. I can't believe that random province commander had fucking gear. That's such bullshit. It's like he just got gifted. Oh, I just ran past them. And they were like, wait, you're supposed to fight us, man! No, I assassinated. Ishib 23 just assassinated their fucking Minotaur. He's like, nope, I heard about you guys. Fuck that. I ain't going out like that. Alright, so we went in Sodorth. We get to witness a battle between Hinnom and Pan in Old Man Mountains. And this is cool. Ugh. Speaking of old men, right? Old men over here, we've got a Baal 1, Baal 2, and a Melkart. So what do they got? We've got lightning spears, which gives them some lightning resistance. Very good. We've got weightless tower shields, and kind of whatever. We've got Crown of Titans, which is nice for enlargement in this particular situation. Silver Hallberg is okay. It does give air shield, but it's whatever. Boots of the Messenger, great. Astral Serpent is, I'm assuming, almost exclusively for the poison resistance, although the poison on it does do a lot of damage. It's decent anti-thug, right? Because it's armor negating, so all you gotta do is hit with this thing, and then you got a pretty high death poison. So maybe that's why he's got it. And then Ring of Regeneration. Baals are as Baals are. This one is kitted out with a Frostbrand, Gleaming Gold, Shield of Gleaming Gold, Dragon Helmet, Scale Mail, Red Scale Mail, Anti-Magic, Cat Charm. So kind of whatever stuff. Although it's defensive enough, right? Very high fire resistance. And this Melkart has a Lightning Spear, Starshine Skullcap, Boots of the Messenger, Armor of Knights, Burning Pearl, Ring of the Warrior. So these guys are decently kitted out. This is a dangerous little goon squad, and it is up against a small amount of PD, and then the mercenaries that AI Pan has purchased, the Hoplites, and these are pretty decent mercenaries. I like these mercenaries, but they are going to have a bad time. So we get Blessing, Iron Skin, and Blessing out from the Melkarts and Baals. We get Body Ethereal, Temper Flesh, Phoenix Pyre. Cool. Astral Shield, Flame Shield, Iron Warriors. Luck, Conflagration, and Summon Earth Power. So Conflagration, you can see it bodies these fucking hoplites, right? Just a perfect center mass on them. Great cast. It fucks them up, And they are just burning alive as they are marching. And I think the fire's actually spreading. Because these guys were not hit originally, but they are hit now. Of course, anything that comes in range just gets splattered, right? 33 damage hits, 37 damage hits, 38, 33, 3 with 35 death poison. Like, big chunky hits. The thing is though, like, these boys have been burning half of this march. They get in and they go, oh fuck this, and they run. So there is somewhat of a possibility, right? I say somewhat of a possibility. These guys don't do a lot of damage, but they have a very good repel and they have decent protection. I don't think there's any way that they were going to win against this Goon Squad, though. Even if they didn't get conflagrated in center mass. That was just a great conflagration, honestly. It's rare to see something like that actually, like, go off perfectly and just, like, such a clean box hit. Like, oof. It was great. It was fantastic. Like, I loved it. That is to say, though, like, we need to watch out. We do not really have fire resistance. So we need to start incorporating that. That is as simple as getting something like, what is it? The Warriors of Muspelheim, which I think we have pretty good access to if we don't already have it. All of our water casters, the ones that are doing Frostfend right now, should be able to do it. And it is fire resistance. So, alright, so that was cool. Then we have a battle in Silver Fangs. We'll watch this real quick. And this is our big boy, who he only gets Strength of Gaia off, by the way, before he gets surrounded by these. So he has Strength of Gaia. This is a couple birds. This is a lot of province defense. We might be in trouble. So he starts smashing. He's got Strength of Gaia up, right? I love when people do this, right? They get to the point to where they're surrounded, but they're like, no one's actually attacking me, because, like, people are either asleep, or they're fatigued out, or they're entangled, or whatever, so they're like, I'll just cast! So he gets Iron Skin up, which is pretty important at this point. So he gets Iron Skin up, because he is taking chip damage, but he's regenning it well. So we've got Strength of Gaia and Iron Skin now. He's killing people, he gets Temper Flesh off now, but at this point, it seems kind of a moot point. Most of the satyrs have run. It's mostly just some heavy infantry who would run. They are routed, but they're entangled, and archers. And Isham 1 is just killing it. He's just killing it. So he finishes his script. Summon Earth Power, Legions of Steel. And then he starts chasing people down. Oh. And he's got such good fatigue with 7 reinvigoration that I think he actually ends the fight at 0. Yeah. He ends the fight at 0. Kills that guy. Is he gonna kill this guy? Yeah, he kills that guy. Very nice. Quit battle. So Yeti Shaman kills 50 guys. Good job, ECM 1. And he actually becomes a famous hero. We'll check him in just a second. And then we have been attacked in Wick Forest. And this is right to the north of Pan. So Pan's AI seems to like attacking into this province repeatedly. It's kind of annoying, but there's not really a whole lot we can do about it. We just keep killing off things, and we'll get it all taken care of eventually. So we lose 630 people from Sinkhole Swamp. But immediately afterwards, we gain 895 people. So net gain, whatever. We have plus 15 province income in Dershid. Very nice. We notice a barbarian attack coming in Kun Aral. That is right here, and hopefully our PD will be able to take care of it. We'll see. I mean, I assume our PD is going to be able to take care of it, right? Because they're going to have increased hit points and everything like that. Even if they don't, it's still a fort, so we should be fine. And then in Ial, we find a peddler that we steal some gems. Steal. Worldwide event has occurred. Their alteration rituals are cheaper this month. We had a scout discovered. We finished the walled city in Ctesiphon. Carrion has been breached. We're under siege in Perenna. We're destroying the fort in Monarch Woods. And we have a new famous hero. So, new famous hero, Isham 1. And this is actually really cool. Isham 1 gets legendary cruelty. So he has an increased chance of doing permanent afflictions, and his fear. He gains fear. But he already has fear because of his horror helmet. So now he has fear 10, which is pretty good. That's pretty damn nice. So increased chance to do afflictions, fear 10, Yeti Shaman, Isham 1, the Yeti Shaman, is pretty scary. What else did we have? We wanted to check transformation. We succeeded on a transformation. We got Isham 6, the Winged Monkey, and I think he actually gained, this is something that can occasionally happen, he actually gained magic. I think he had 3-2-1, which was already really good, by the way. He might have had 3-1-1. But he definitely did not have Astral, so he has gained Astral, which is super cool. This isn't the greatest chassis in the world. It does have low HP, but it has very high map move, and it still has all of its slots, so it can be pretty useful. So we are flying it over to Pangaea. What else are we doing this turn? We've got a lot of movement, but really most of the movement is stuff that we've already been doing, moving around elders, right? We're still doing a lot of that. Still recruiting elders in a couple of different locations, just to make sure that we have things topped off, right? We're kind of in a lull period where we're not actively fighting anyone except for AI Pan, so we'll take advantage of that. And even if we can only get like 5 to 6 turns, getting some... especially as we spread our dominion. You can see our dominion is starting to spread nicely now. If we can get our dominion into our front line, then having, 10 PD in a place with buffed up Gift of Reason health can be pretty nice, right? We saw how it actually defended us from some decently geared Hierophantides or small groups of centaurs that we would absolutely have normally lost to. It'll do the same thing against potential raids from Mictlan or Hinnom. Not great, right? More often than not, that stuff's going to lose, but it's very cheap. We can use the elders to ferry around troops. It's not a bad investment. So we are storming the castle in Carrion. Easy peasy. We are moving from Troia into Kailasa, so that hopefully will go well for us. We are not attacking Coast Haven because I am legitimately scared of the old boys, the old Good squad that we saw here in Old Man Mountains. I thought about putting Ishib 23 and Isham 1 up against them in Coast Haven, but I think they would lose. I think my boys are pretty good, but my boys are... Isham 1 is very good, right? Ishib 23, the Ishibs are kind of bootstrap thugs, right? They're not real thugs. They'll die to Baals or Melkarts, absolutely. So instead, we are going to pull away from that location. And we're going to hit Kailasa, we're going to move into Troia, and we're going to hit Depharos. So we're going to focus on taking this stuff, and if he wants to take Coast Haven, he can take Coast Haven. That's perfectly fine. We're doing a lot of recruitment all over the map. We're recruiting as many mages as we can, but we're also recruiting a lot of Spear Guard in a lot of our frontal locations, right? Recruiting Spear Guard over here, recruiting an Ishib, recruiting Spear Guard over here, recruiting a Gudu, recruiting a Gudu over here, recruiting Spear Guard, and that is because we want to start forming small contingency forces, right? Even if it's only 30 or so Spear Guard, again, keep in mind, in our Dominion, with Gift of Health up, right? Those can be very defensible units that can hold a gate, while our mages do things in the back. So we want to get to the point to where we have a little bit of a contingency force in most of our locations, and go from there. Our income is increasing, but so is our upkeep, so we're having to watch out for that. We are continuing to recruit galas here. Kronberg has turned into the research capital of the world. I say that, but our research is still quite abysmal compared to where it needs to be at this, where it should be. We should be up at like 2,000 or 3,000 at this point. I really want to get these armies situated so that we can research with them. But we'll have to see how that goes. We are moving a strike force from into Ctesiphon, and then next turn we'll be attacking into Perenna. It is not a big force, right? It's just NC7 with some Yetis and some mostly Spear Guard, but a couple of Inkies chosen as well. They will be joining a bunch of Pegasus Riders and Hollow, our Mound Fiend, in Ctesiphon, and then they'll strike Perenna. The hope is going to be that we don't have to worry about this section anymore, and eastward is just going to be Lanka. When Lanka can share a border with Mictlan, we'll have a very narrow border. But I do want to look at moving on Jabal Kish soon, right? And I think with this army, maybe resupplied with a couple of forces, we don't need a large army, right? We just need enough to shield us again so that our mages can kind of do some things. We've got a bunch of fire snakes here, so there's the consideration that maybe we do a bunch of water elemental spam or something like that. We could put rain up and kind of mess with them, and then summon a bunch of water elementals. We've got a whole bunch of Ishibs over here, right? We'll get another Gudu, apparently. But we'll be able to combine some of the forces here in Trackless Waste. We'll have a couple turns. So I think we'll be able to hit Jabal Kish soon, which is going to be good. It's going to take probably 2 or 3 more turns to be able to pop Monarch Woods. If we think here, we've been on it for, I think, 2 turns now. We've got 44 siege strength. I don't think there's much in here. It's got 150 wall integrity, so we should be able to pop it shortly. I'm not sure that once we pop it, though, this can take it, so we might have to move in some Gudus or something like that. Maybe some Ishibs and Gudus will jump over to Monarch Woods from Agartha. That shouldn't be too much of a big deal. And I think that's it as far as most of our movement and our periphery, most of our odd recruitment. This turn in the capital, big things that are happening. We've lost our Lightless Lantern Maker. And I debated over this for a while, like, I haven't been using Enchantress 2 because she's my Fire 2, and I could empower her, and then I could start summoning Flame Spirits, and yada yada yada. But the problem with that is we're already kind of in that annoying situation where it's like, well, the problem with that is if you summon a Flame Spirit, Enchantress 2 might die, and then you'll have a Flame Spirit. And then you're like, okay, well, I only have 1 Flame Spirit, let's summon another Flame Spirit. Well, that Flame Spirit might die. So we're in that kind of like shitty situation where it's like, whatever, I have a whole bunch of fire gems. I do want to get to the point to where we are using fire gems, but I still think probably the best way that's going to happen is if we hit a fire tart, pretty much. If we hit a Tartarian that has 3 or 4 fire on it, and then we're like, bam, we're in fire. Until then, though, I think it's kind of whatever, honestly. I think that that is probably a defeatist attitude in the long run. I should probably be just aiming for flame spirits. I'd say maybe not a defeatist attitude. It's an attitude where it's a complacent attitude, probably. But I think it's the route that I'm going to go, right? It would probably be better if I just went flame spirits and sucked it up and was like, okay, we're doing flame spirits, we're gonna go. But fuck it, we're doing lightless lanterns. I want more research. Enchantress 2 is gonna do that. We are continuing with the other stuff that we're doing. We are subbing in a vine shield for Boots of the Messenger because I do want to. We're using all of our hammers this turn, even in areas where are they actually? We've got some people doing some forging. We've got a Frostbrand up here. We've got Armor of the Knights up here, because we don't have those people in so, and we don't have enough people to guard in to do our Ring of Warning scenario, which I think is working out fairly well. I don't know. But regardless, we're summoning more Kusarikus. We're trying to get enough gear to put together maybe like another Isham another Ishib or an Isham, depending on how transformations go. We are transforming Isham 8 this turn. Why is he Isham 8? Why would he be Isham 8? This guy Isham 6. Is this guy supposed to be Isham 7? Did I miscount somewhere? Whatever, I don't care. We've got this. I miscount all the time. Like, I try to keep track of how many things I go through, but I constantly count. Anyways, we're continuing to do transforming, and we're continuing to recruit Ishams. So we might luck out and get like another Yeti Shaman or something like that, which would be pretty cool. This is another decent shaman, by the way. Nature 3, Earth 2, Water 2. Oh, that guy, absolutely, that guy was, because these guys come as Earth 2. So yeah, this guy would have been Nature 3, Earth 2, Water 1, and he lucked into the Astral 1 with the Monkey. So we're either going to have gear for an Ishib, or we're going to have gear for a Isham. So we'll see. But I need more thugs, basically. I need, again, kind of the tart scenario. I need to be able to produce enough gear, basically, every turn to be thugging someone out, kitting someone out in a decent manner. So we've got to figure out how we're gonna do that in We might have to stop recruiting certain people in Kohnberg. We probably need to get a lab down in Kunaral and get this fort buffed so that we can recruit other things in Kohnberg and Kunaral and basically put them in because is where we're producing all of our guards right now. So, because this is the only way we can really fight astral corruption. Aside from that, though, we're doing two other interesting things, and one is we're doing Lichcraft. All right, the time is now. We've got Leprosy down here. He has a shit ton of Mushushus to protect him. He's got Death 5, got a Ring of Sorcery, and a Skull Staff. You need to summon a Lich, and you need to not die in summoning that Lich. So we're gonna get a Lich regardless. That is hands down gonna happen. If he dies, if Leprosy gets attacked, and he dies in the summoning of this Lich, we will lose a Ring of Sorcery and a Skull Staff. This is not immediately an end of the scenario, right? We are getting a decent amount of Astral Pearls per turn, and we can alchemize. We have a shit ton of gems. We can alchemize into more Astral to get another Ring of Sorcery. We could also just empower the Lich, right? And we have another Skull Staff that we could immediately take from Hollow and put onto the Lich. So this is we have options if Leprosy dies. But hopefully Leprosy will not die. Fingers fucking crossed. That will be really annoying and frustrating if we have to deal with this every fucking time. Hopefully we get our Lich. End of discussion. Once we have the Lich, it is time to look at Well of Misery. Fingers crossed. We could be very, very close to our goal. In the meantime, we are also doing some other shit. Nazar II has proven that he can fight against some of the horrors. This is probably risky. Again, I don't like... I don't want to play a game where I just sit here and never, ever, 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 ever try to do anything. So Nazar II is going to try to awaken a Tree Lord. Now, this is pretty late in the game for Tree Lords, but I don't think anyone else is really doing high nature. So we're going to try to awaken a Tree Lord in Pan, just to have another high nature caster on the front line. There are 3 unique Tree Lords, so hopefully we get one. Hopefully there still is one. Fingers crossed. And hopefully we don't die. Speaking of our astral income now, 8 is not great, but it's somewhat manageable. We might try to pull together... We might try to pull together stuff and dispel astral corruption. My assumption is that he did not put... I wouldn't assume that he overcast the shit out of astral corruption. The only thing is I also assume that his blood income at this point is probably insane. Several hundred a turn, I would assume. So dispelling, even if we were successful in dispelling astral corruption, my assumption is it would be almost nothing for him to re-establish it. So we just gotta kill Mictlan. We just gotta kill Mictlan. Is Hinnom at war with Mictlan? I gotta find out if Hinnom is at war with Mictlan. I need to just message him. Fingers crossed. Alright, that is gonna be it for the turn. We've got some exciting stuff. I've been waiting, hoping that Scout 7, by the way, is gonna heal in Titan's Breath. He keeps not healing. So he's got 1 HP. He's probably gonna die next turn. But fingers crossed, Scout 7. Fingers crossed. I believe in you. That's gonna be it for the turn. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you next time. We're getting close. Bye, everybody.